Hello, good day, wonderful people. Today we are going to be going over a baby's birth chart that was born on the 18th. And here, let me get it set up to where I can scribble on it for you to see. So let's go here and now, this child, I'm not going to give the name of the parents, and they were actually born on the 16th. My apologies for saying the 18th. But this is a child's chart for someone born on the 16th of 2026 in April, and we are very excited to have this new person in the world. Now, I just want to address the most obvious thing here, which is this child is Aries of Aries, the airiest of Aries. And this child immediately, as soon as possible, needs to be going into some sort of a UFC training or boxing. This is basically the female version of Chuck Norris reincarnated. So you see here, we have just everything in Aries. She got her sun, she has the moon. We have Mercury over here at 2 degrees. Let's check on the Venus is in Taurus, which is considered a home placement in mainstream astrology. But we're gonna start with the fact that the sun, yes, is in Aries, and right after this child was born, we had the new moon here in Aries as well. That happened, I want to say, a few hours later. So this is, things are going to be fresh, it's going to be aggressive, and anywho, Mercury also here in Aries, the communication is also going to be aggressive. Basically, everything Aries is aggressive here. Mars and its home placement of Aries, so this action is very forward. She's gonna be she's gonna be a handful. So let's talk about Venus real quick here in Taurus. Her ability to love is going to be very comfortable. The way that this child loves is going to feel very natural. Anything that she does is going to be for her loved ones. Now, her heart's going to be stubborn. She's absolutely going to be particular in who it is that she brings into her life to love later. And let's see what else we have here. Of course, Pluto in Aquarius. So the way that she transforms throughout her life is going to change in some really weird and strange ways. If she's may become the type of child that would easily connect with spirits on the other side and would find it weird that other people can't do that. What else do we have here? Jupiter here in Cancer. So this is going to be big emotions, especially with regards to the family. This child is not going to put up and tolerate with next to nothing. This child is going to make a big thing, especially about mom. So the mom here is going to find it to where this child will very quickly and very easily be, if there's any BS happening, this child is not going to tolerate it, is going to get emotional about it, is going to become confrontational about it, because you see here, we have this big square here to all of her Aries placements over here. So it's going to happen very fast, whatever emotional upset it is. And because it's Jupiter, it's going to get big, out of hand, honestly. So we have Uranus here at the very last degree of Taurus. I love things at 29 degrees. So Uranus is about your creativity. And in Taurus, it's creative projects in the home, especially with animals. So having like a support animal to help comfort her when she does get super over emotional is going to help. Even, having her involved in some sort of like shelter program where she gets to interact and volunteer with animals would also be great here. Doing some sort of art that is animal related that she can stick to. Whatever this child does is definitely going to stay with it. So whatever hobbies and things that they become interested in is probably going to turn into a lifelong interest. Then we have the North Node here in Pisces. I do really love this because our highest self is for our highest power. It's for our highest sensitivity. It's for things that are going to bring it. Now, Pisces can become a little elusive, and I don't think that this. Here's what's going to happen is either this child is going to, their highest form of self is going to be against drug use and alcohol and things like that, or because they do have all of this in Aries, is going to be like, yes, drugs, and then just go straight into that. So that is something that I would be very particular about, because I am concerned that if she does go down that road, it's going to go really hard, really fast. Anything that this child does is going to be aggressive. It's going to be fast. They're going to get really into it really quickly. And you're not good. Like when they do something, that's it. That's what they're doing. There's nothing. What conversation do you need to have about this? This is what's happening. Let's see. We have Saturn here in Aries, which I don't typically like Saturn in Aries because they think they're right. Even if they're completely wrong, even if they know that they're wrong, just because that's what they said to begin with, this is then what they believe and they're going to hold to it. So I am a little concerned that when she does get on something, that she thinks this is the right thing to do because that's what she was doing. And of course, like it doesn't have kind of an open enough perspective to see her actions affecting the other people around her. What else? We have Chiron here as well in Aries. So this is a lot about self-help, self-grooming, self-care. And this child from a young age should definitely learn how to care for herself mentally, emotionally. Being in some sort of fighting program, whether it's some sort of martial arts or karate, I think is really going to benefit her in that self-help category, to keep her focused, to keep her body in shape, to keep her mind in shape, to keep her emotions in check, because she can very quickly just pop off, and it does not matter what anybody says or does, she's mad. Now, just as quickly as she will get mad and frustrated, she will forget why she's mad and frustrated. So the caveat is, again, Jupiter in Cancer, because Cancer remembers. They hold it, and it's like a big hold on to this grudge kind of thing. So long as she doesn't kind of fall back on this Jupiter in Cancer in any major way, you should be kind of okay as far as the grudging and the forgetting stuff. But there's a very big chance that when somebody does something wrong to her, she takes that to the grave and makes a big, and like anytime she sees that person, it's a big blow up, and like dating is going to be fun. What else do we have? Of course, we have the South Node here in Virgo. Now, this is in her 12th house, which is the Pisces ruling house. So the kind of Neptunian energy of spirit and the grace, that because Neptune is ruled by Pisces. So in the 12th house here, the South Node is going to, what that means, you fall back on bad habits, is the things you fall back on, and for her is going to be perfection. So she's going to fall back on the bad habit of being a perfectionist, and her part of Fortune, which basically means where she's going to be luckiest, is also here in Virgo. This is on top of the South Node. So when she does these things that are focused and driven, what she may fall back on is that, oh, I'm not perfect enough, I'm not good enough at this. It'll be a self-sabotage where she no longer wants to do it because she didn't do it well enough in her own mind. And to her, her fortune is being disciplined and being persistent and being a perfectionist. And when she doesn't come to that, it's going to hit her very hard. So I want her to learn very, very early on that it's okay to make mistakes. It's not the end of the world, and don't beat yourself. Like, this is going to be a struggle for her to learn and overcome, and it's going to embed in her spirit when she does something, and she's going to, it's going to be harder for her, and we don't want that, right? So the last thing that I'm going to bring up before this is all said and done, just because I am trying to keep this at my 10 minutes. I don't know where I am right now, but we have Neptune and Mercury conjunct here in Aries. I don't typically like Neptune in Aries because it is basically a war on God. So anytime, if she is a very spiritual being growing up, anytime that there's an issue, it's cursing God basically and fighting with God, and this like spiritual war that she's going to be on, and she's going to communicate it because Mercury here is about smaller communication. So these talks that she has with God is I love her already. She's already one of my favorite people because she is going to mouth blast this entity. And then Mercury, obviously, these smaller group communications, she's going to come off aggressive and passionate. But either way, I really hope that you gained something from this, and that you enjoy parenting this wild spitfire of yours that you've brought into this world. I love you so much, and I am going to sign here. How do I sign off of this now? Oh, okay. All right. Have a good day.